In this video, we're going to go over a 10-minute seated exercise to promote circulation. We're going to combine some of the skills we've learned over the last 2 months. Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Minke. This is Minke Wellness. And for the last 2 months, we've been going over the respiratory system, getting more oxygen, increase our breath volume. We've been working for the last month about with the circulatory system, getting more blood flow and lymph flow. So let's combine some of these skills in a little 10-minute sequence and see if we can kind of refresh our memory on some of these things and put it all together. We sit way too much. This is an opportunity for us to take a little break. We can stay seated. No particular special clothing. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt with jeans on. So, it doesn't require any change of clothes or anything. We're just going to be going through a sequence of a little bit of movement and a little bit of breathing and to get this whole effect, and a little bit of massage to get the effect of promoting circulation. And I think you'll find that at the end of the 10 minutes, you'll feel a lot more stimulated, a little more activated in the circulatory system, and it's an easy thing that we can engage in. Even if it's once a day, twice a day, it's a little bit. At least that's better than not doing it. Okay, and you know how I am about this. Be a little more conscious. I love intentionality and consciousness, and just becoming aware of our own body movements and our circulation. Okay, so again, this is seated. And I'm going to start out with an understanding that it's our muscle contraction is pumping the lymph. Our diaphragm contraction pumps the lymph in the core. We've got the lymph that runs right underneath the skin. Is a it's a very light touch when we do these strokes and movements in terms of that. And I'm going to remind you of the videos that we've done in the past where we do a seated exercise. The breathing is a whole body exercise, with the exhale coming down in flexion, inhale coming up. Okay, so we're going to go through some of those things. We add that. So remember the nudge, we did a little bit of that. So we'll start out with a little bit of this nudge, which is I'm going to push the ground away, right? So push the ground away, push the ground away. So it's as if I'm trying to scooch the chair backward, but I'm not really focusing on that direction as much as I'm focusing on up. So I'm going to do a little bit of this pushing up. I'm going to push my head upward, push, 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 push. I'm doing 2 feet right now, and I'm feeling the contraction of my quads, thigh muscles, and just starting to get a little bit warmed up. I might do one and then the other, right? Do left then right, then left then right. Okay, and I'm going to just do 30 seconds of this or so. Again, just trying to get activated and feel warming, just kind of a warm up. Okay, so here I am. Now you have to do this with your pelvis slightly higher than the knees when you sit. Okay, you don't want to be sitting in a hole trying to do this. You are going to hurt your knees with that. So again, you want to be sitting up higher with the pelvis higher. So bring your chair all the way up. If you have to, I said this was a seated exercise, but if you have to stand because your chair won't go high enough. But yeah, so just this little nudge, little stimulation, just warming up. Okay, so now that we've got a little bit of circulation going here, I'm going to breathe and bring that, breathe down in the diaphragm. Start to massage with my diaphragm, massage the organs, and feel that lymph pumping in the middle. So I'm going to start in the core with diaphragm breathing. Okay, then I'm going to work on the upper. So bringing one arm up, I'm going to start around the shoulder, gentle, just a gentle flat brushing. It's really not pressure. I'm not trying to do a massage. It's not massage. It's just pressure, gentle stroking, and I'm just, as much of my hand can contour my arm all the way up. Okay, that's that. You do the left side around the ear, drains around the ear down through the collarbone. Now we'll do this side. So just gravity here helping us, and I'm just sweeping. Now I've just done all this. I could have been breathing the whole time that I'm doing this, and imagining with the breath pulling the fluid over the ear, both sides of the eyes, upper lid, lower lid. Okay, so there's a little bit of that stimulation. You can feel just having the skin stimulated is a nice feeling. Now, I'm going to come back and we're going to do a little bit more of the nudge, get the legs going, but we're going to be a little more sophisticated. So heels, heels, toes, toes. So I'm pushing the heels into the floor. Heels, heels, toes, toes. Then I'm going to push the toes into the floor. So heel, 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 toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe. What we're doing here is contracting the heel. When the heel contracts, we're getting a different set of muscles than when the toes push down. So push the heels into the floor, push the toes into the floor, push the heels into the floor, push the toes into the floor. And 30 seconds or a minute of this. And again, if a joint's starting to hurt, then lighten up just much less and really focus on contraction of the muscle rather than any kind of, we're not trying to get our heart rate up or anything like this. This is not cardio. We're just talking about muscle contraction. Okay, and you might even go outside edges, inside edges, outside edges, inside edges. Just again, trying to get the stimulation. And again, as we're doing this, think about drawing up this fluid with the inhale. With the inhale, I'm pulling, I'm imagining pulling this fluid up into the, this is all for lymph circulation. Okay, and then as I come into the core, and feel that as I push my heels in, I can contract the buttock muscles, the glute muscles, and then do a Kegel, okay, as I try to stop my pee, the Kegel exercise. So it's push, squeeze, Kegel, right, trying to come up in. So that should be an upward push as I push the heels into the floor, squeeze the buttocks together, and then Kegel, there you go, and Kegel. And so a few 10 of those. Now relax again. We're trying to stay loose. We're contracting and then coming and staying loose. So now we're going to relax, go down to the toes. Relax the feet. Relax the shins. Relax the knees. Relax the quads. Breathing that relaxation into the hips, up the spine, shoulders, arms. And we're going to come back and do the head again, a little bit more detail, and again get that fluid. Let's make sure we pump the collarbone area. Get over the ear, up the jaw, nose, forehead. Now other side. Use our breath. And then come back to our inhale, exhale with the whole body. So go into, have the pelvis roll back, exhale, pelvis roll forward, inhale. Allow the arms to come out, open up the chest. Okay. So feeling just a little bit of loose, open things up, loose a little bit, kind of rotating shoulders, rotate the head. So all we're doing here is, again, loosening up. Now we're going to do one more round of pumping. And so you didn't know it was going to be such hard work, huh? So push the ground, push the ground, push the ground, push the ground. And you can slow this down if you are really, we can just take it way down. It doesn't, I mean, I'm showing you, you could be as vigorous as you want with this. You can actually get to the point where you're really getting your heart rate up and breaking a sweat. But right now we're just contracting the leg muscles, pushing the feet into the floor, pushing the feet into the floor, pushing the feet into the floor. Now try to get that push to come all the way up through the glute muscle, one at a time. Now, so one side and then the other side. Get that glute engaged in the process of the leg contracting, pushing down into the floor. Okay, so that's just pumping that fluid back up into the body, and then we're going to come back to the core with the diaphragm, and we're going to use our imagery again. Let's flood the body with the oxygen and flood the tissues with the fluid, and bring in some imagery of vitality, light, glow, energy, excitement, hope, joy. You pick it. You know, if whatever word comes for you. Hopefully a good word that we're talking about. Or just a simple image. Pick a color. Maybe it's light blue today. And imagine that rose bush, body being a rose bush or a pool of water. I like the pool of water to calm any agitation that's in the blood. We've just stimulated the lymph. We've got things moving, so I want to calm any agitation. Maybe some toxins have come out. I know the metabolic toxins wash out with the lymph, so that can, you know, create that irritation. So I'm going to breathe in that calm water. See the pond. See how agitated it is. And then breathe that calm. Kind of like Jesus calming the storm, just, you know, single breath, calm. Okay, so this is what little 10-minute sequence that we can do to promote a little bit of circulation, get a little bit of breathing, get a little bit of activation, and not hard to do. You don't have to. You can play with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can add in pieces. I was just adding and combining some of the stuff that we've done. Just a little bit of the skin lymph drainage, a little bit of the pumping, a little bit of the breathing, and some of our emotional support concepts. So just bringing it all together into a little exercise. Hopefully you'd find this useful. Maybe you can watch this a couple times and be able to go through it on your own. Okay. Happy wellness. We're just about done with our circulatory system. We have one more video to go. We'll see you tomorrow.